Hi, I'm Rania, founder of R2R Coaching. I am a relationship coach, a Reiki practitioner. I practice energy healing in several modalities. I've been a blogger for a few years now and soon to be published writer. But I do these videos right here on my channel in order to educate about several relationship topics. The series that I've invested a lot of my time and effort in is this series of narcissism. It seems to be that in this day and age, everyone is experiencing a narcissist in their life. Or maybe you've already been subjected to narcissistic abuse, but never knew how to label it, never knew what was really going on. But now, because there is more knowledge, we're able to label it. We're able to understand the people that we end up in relations with, whether it be partnerships, or their family members, or their co-workers, or their friends. Narcissism is out there and it's real. And the more you educate yourself about how to handle them, how to cope being in such relationships, better yet, learn how to escape the relationship and leave it behind, and then heal from it. This is what I'm here to do. This is why all of my videos are going to be mostly intense. Of course, I'm gonna try and make it humorous, but there's not much humor in narcissism and being abused. Please do subscribe to my channel. Share them with your friends. Share them with someone who needs to hear the message that I am putting out there. I put a lot of work into this. I put a lot of work into it because I want to help others who don't have the knowledge. Because once upon a time, I didn't have the knowledge. I wasn't very well educated. Hell, I didn't even know what narcissism was just a few years ago. But now I can tell you, I know a lot more, and thank God that I do, because it's helping me a great deal. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching, and thank you for sharing. Hello, and once again, welcome to my channel. I thought, let me switch it up a bit in this episode, and instead of talking about all the negativity relating to the narcissist in our lives, why not talk about healing? Whether it's healing from a general perspective from things that happen in our lives, or traumatic experiences that caused us deep emotional pain, or healing from a breakup, especially from the narcissistic relationship. First, I want to ask you this. When you hear the term healing, what comes up for you? How do you understand it? How are you applying it in your life? And do you even think about it? Some of us are carrying a lot of unhealed emotional pain, whether it's from childhood, romantic relationships, lost friendships, or dreams just that never came true. Do you actually know what trauma means? It's like an event that took place that disturbed our sense of safety and security, which ended up leaving a mark, a reference point, if you will, similar to a bookmark. We keep flipping the pages as we go through the story of our lives, creating bookmarks as we go along the journey. And from time to time, having to revisit a previous bookmark as we get triggered and recall past events, almost as if it's happening all over again. We end up reacting in the same manner. We feel intense emotional pain. At times, it stops us from living and finding true joy as we are meant to. If we don't heal those pain points, if we don't address them, sort them out, try to understand them and process what we need to process, if we don't give ourselves permission to feel the necessary feelings, we end up stuck. And at times, we can be caught up in a cycle of destructive patterns as a reaction to one or more than one trauma that
we never healed. Some more reflective questions for you to ask. What's stopping me from confronting my emotional pain or pains? How has it affected me in my life so far? How has it influenced my decisions and choices in life? How has it prevented me from truly living as I'm meant to live? When we talk about narcissistic relationships, we are aware by now that they are very damaging. They can affect our emotional well-being big time. Also, they affect our physical and mental well-being too. But emotionally, on an emotional level, we are scarred deeply. Healing is the key to feeling hopeful. Healing is the work you must do in order to live a healthy life, and maybe love again. And if nothing else, it will release a heavy weight that you've been carrying on your shoulder. Healing actually requires a lot of work on your part. It needs patience, determination. It needs understanding. It needs you to be ready for it. You can't force it, and you can't rush it. And you can't convince yourself that you healed when all you've done is suppress your emotions and swept things under the rug. Problems from the past won't just go away. You can't do abracadabra and it's gone, vanished like it never existed. Sorry to tell you, but healing is not magic. Healing also is not a one-time deal. It's a process. It's a journey. It happens in layers. Healing is not linear. It's not a straight line where you go from point A to point B, not healed, healed, done. It's a journey. Just like our heartbeat. It's up and it's down, and it's up and it's down. There will be moments when you feel good, and then a new event happens. It triggers you and you are back to feeling this pain. Or you express yourself with an emotional charge, or you react defensively. It doesn't mean that you weren't in the process of healing. It's just that now there is another layer of healing that needs to be done, and you are ready for it in this stage of your life, with the wisdom and experience you now have. Some traumas are so deep that it may need more than one event to occur in our lives where it triggers our past wounds so that we can peel off another layer in our healing journey. We get triggered because there's some familiarity or similarity. So please don't get discouraged and think, it's impossible to heal from this trauma and this pain. It's a waste of time even trying. Be patient with yourself. It wasn't easy what you went through. Show yourself some mercy here. It's okay that you are triggered. Maybe it was necessary now for you to be triggered. It's helping you heal some more. And for that, you can be grateful and in awe for how things transpire in order to get you to that point where you do more confronting, where you have more understanding, more soul searching, more releasing and letting go, more healing. I've put together for you a guideline. You are welcome to follow. This works for me. The 7 steps of healing. Number 1, acceptance. Accepting that what happened, happened. You can't change it. There's no point saying shoulda, coulda, woulda. Don't deny or pretend it didn't happen or sweep it under the rug. No point also going down a rabbit hole of, if I had not done that, this would not have happened. It happened. Accept it. It happened. And maybe you had nothing to do with it to begin with. It was something outside of your control. Along with acceptance comes understanding. Understanding of the event from an objective lens rather than an emotional one. And I'm not talking about finding fault or blame with yourself or others who were involved. I'm talking about understanding that things happened as a result of several factors that created this event, that somehow hurt you and caused you deep pain, which you are now carrying on your shoulder, unhealed. Number 2, tolerance. When I say tolerance, it's about being patient with yourself. Knowing that there is a pain there. Recognizing it. Not judging it or judging yourself for the pain you are feeling or for being triggered, for not feeling okay, for not making the best decisions at times, even for running away from dealing with it. Number 3, compassion. We are talking self-compassion and compassion for those who hurt you and caused you to feel these painful feelings. Also, with compassion comes understanding. Understanding that this is who they are and this is who you are. Self-compassion as well for feeling the way you are feeling, including the shutting down or putting up walls so no one can hurt you again, or maybe even engaging in destructive patterns as a defensive mechanism or a reaction to your unhealed trauma. Compassion for those who are unknowingly judging you or dismissing your wounds, maybe even blaming you for feeling the way you do or behaving the way you are. Maybe they're trying to help you, and in their attempt to help you, they're making things worse. Only you know how it feels. So you can have compassion for them. They don't know what it's like living a day in your shoes. Number 4, shifting. Shifting your perspective on what happened. A lot of times, we are so focused on the negative of what happened that we're blinded to everything else. We end up being in a victim state where we are focused on why this happened to me, and why me, and why now, and how could they do this to me, or why did they do this to me? So we're going down a blame path and finding fault. So when you decide to consciously shift your perspective, you take a step back and you get clear. You may then start asking different questions, like, what is this trying to teach me? What do I need to learn right now? What is the lesson behind this experience? How am I to apply the lesson learned in my life so I can be a better person, or for me to teach it to others? Or even something on a more intense level, and it's going to be on a personal level anyways. What path am I being led to by the uncovering of the message behind this terrible experience that caused me so much pain? Told you it was intense. Number 5, Forgiveness. Forgiveness is a very important component of healing. I'm sure you're familiar with the term forgive, but never forget. And indeed, forgiveness doesn't mean that we will forget what happened. It does not give the person who hurt us a free pass. It does not mean it was okay what they did. You are not excusing their behavior or minimizing it or even not being true to you. Forgiveness is a process you need to do for you to release what happened to you and move on. Holding on to anger and resentment is like punishing yourself for what someone else did to you. You are allowing their mistake or wrongdoing to poison you willingly. And it's killing you every day as you allow yourself to remain in the negative vibrations. And it affects you big time. Forgive when you are ready. No one can tell you when. It's your decision and it's your timeline. As a matter of fact, there is no timeline. You also decide whether you want that person back into your life or not. It's your call. Listen to your intuition. Number 6, self-forgiveness. And I have this on a point on its own because you need to forgive yourself for allowing any negative thoughts or feelings to be present, including the occasional thoughts of wanting revenge from the person that hurt you, or for just simply holding a grudge. You need to forgive yourself for that. Forgive yourself for feeling the feelings of pain, for being stuck, for the feeling of helplessness, for refusing help when it was offered to you, for choosing to stay in darkness or just holding on to these negative emotions, for being ignorant, for not being knowledgeable, for not handling things the best way. Forgive yourself for any destructive actions that you may have done in your life that is a reaction to the pain that you never healed. Forgive yourself. Number 7, self-awareness. You need to be self-aware throughout the whole process. Sometimes, though, we are so blinded by our pain and our hurt that if we haven't gone through the process of peeling off those layers to get to the point where we reach the point of forgiveness, we may not be able to connect with our inner self. Sometimes we need to let go and release all the other things first in order to connect with our inner part. That's where our strength comes from. That's where our wisdom lies. That's where we find our intuition. When you have a deep understanding of the events that took place, the trauma that was created at that point in time, how things spiraled and got out of hand, how it was suppressed and caused unhealthy coping mechanisms that ruled your life, you see it objectively from all angles. No blame, no fault. There's simply understanding. There's acceptance, there's compassion, there's shifting the way you look at things, there's forgiveness of yourself and of others who hurt you. And then now there's a profound self-awareness. And this is where growth happens. When you go through this process, you grow. You're not the same person anymore. And you may need to go through this process many times in life in different stages with different traumas. You just need to get yourself in the habit of doing it and not think about it. My conclusion here: healing is a process. It's a journey. And in every time, we grow, we evolve, we become a better and improved version of ourselves. We become lighter as we release baggage and heavy weight that we've carried throughout the journey. And in wrapping this up now, thank you for staying with me till now. I know this was quite long. I want to talk about the narcissistic relationship and the damage caused by that relationship that you experienced must be healed before thinking of moving on to the next one. There is something unhealed in you that you need to be aware of and release first. This was a wake-up call for you. It was not bad luck or coincidence. There is a pattern here. There is a reason why you attracted the narc from the first place. And for some of us, we've kept attracting a narc one time after the next. Heal yourself first. Find out what it is. Get stronger. And then move on to the next one. Trust me, it will be much healthier. You will break the pattern. Or the jinx, if that's what you're actually calling it. You know how to find me. I will be happy to be there in your journey of healing. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Ciao, ciao.
I hope you liked this video. Please do hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. Thank you for watching.